Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another WWE pay-per-view review. This time we'll be reviewing the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. It was a pretty decent pay-per-view altogether. It was kind of short and sweet and to the point, if I'm being honest. There was only 2 matches that went over 10 minutes, which was both of the Elimination Chamber matches, which is kind of to be expected. But the rest of the matches didn't go over 10 minutes, which was kind of surprising to me. I don't know if they were conserving time for both the Chamber matches or what. But on the pre-show, they said that Keith Lee was not going to be in the triple threat match for the United States title. I don't know if that's because of his fiance Mia Yim having COVID or whatever. I'm assuming it is. But they had a fatal 4-way on the pre-show to determine who was going to take his spot in that match between, it was John Morrison, Elias, Mustafa Ali, and Ricochet. In that match, John Morrison ended up winning that match, so he got the final spot in the triple threat match. The first match to actually start the pay-per-view was the SmackDown Elimination Chamber match to determine who would be facing Roman Reigns later on that night. That match was I loved that match, actually. It was pretty good. The match altogether was pretty great. You had, to start out the match, you had Cesaro and Daniel Bryan, 2 of my favorites in the WWE right now. They do what they do best and had a technical showing. And then the first one to come out was Baron Corbin, or King Corbin, whatever you want to call him. I don't know if they're still calling him that or not. He comes out there, starts beating up on Cesaro and Daniel Bryan, getting some offense in. And then this next one to come out was Sami Zayn. There was a moment where Sami Zayn just stayed in his pod because Corbin was waiting on him to come out. And then Daniel Bryan comes over there and hits Baron Corbin in the back. And then the other side of the pod opens up and Cesaro just starts beating up on him. And then the next one to come out was Kevin Owens, which means that the last one to come out was Jey Uso. The first one to actually get eliminated was Baron Corbin. Cesaro hit him with his Cesaro swing and then ended up putting him in the sharpshooter, and then Baron Corbin tapped out. And the next one to get eliminated from the match would be Sami Zayn. He got hit with the stunner by his former best friend, Kevin Owens. And as Sami Zayn was leaving the Elimination Chamber, Kevin Owens went over to the entrance, waved at him basically. And then Jey Uso came over there and tried to attack him. Kevin Owens fought him off. And then Jey Uso super kicked him and then closed the Elimination Chamber door on his arm, and then super kicked him a couple more times. Kevin Owens rolls back in the ring, and then Jey Uso goes to the top rope and hits the splash on Kevin Owens and then pins him for the 1-2-3 count. And then that leaves Jey Uso, Daniel Bryan, and Cesaro. Cesaro hit Jey Uso with the uppercut. Jey Uso played possum for the longest time, which kind of irritated me, if I'm being honest, because I really, really wanted Cesaro to win this match. I know there was no chance of him actually winning this thing and then actually beating Roman, but the fact that they have not put over Cesaro and gave him a push is criminal, dude. Like, this guy is one of the best wrestlers that they have, just pure wrestler. And this dude showcases his strength week after week. Like, it's ridiculous that they have not done anything with him. It it makes me so upset, man. I really like Cesaro. I've liked Cesaro for the longest time, and they've always basically just done nothing with him. I mean, you had him teaming up with Sheamus to have the bar, and then they had those multiple tag title runs, but this dude has deserved a singles push for the longest time. You know, I thought he would actually get one when he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania, but it just never panned out for him. That dude is an absolute monster, and like I said, the fact that they have not done anything with him worth noting is criminal. Like, it really is. But to get back to the actual Elimination Chamber match, Jey Uso played possum on the outside for a little bit, while Cesaro and Daniel Bryan put on a clinic again. Cesaro was showcasing his strength by just picking up Daniel Bryan by his one leg and doing the Cesaro swing on him. And then Jey Uso comes in, hits a super kick on Cesaro, and then hits the splash on Cesaro to eliminate him with the 3 count. And then the end of the match, it's Daniel Bryan and Jey Uso. Jey Uso goes to the top of the pod and tries to hit the splash on Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan puts his knees up, and then Daniel Bryan gets back up, hits the running knee on Jey Uso, and then pins him for the 3 count. So Daniel Bryan wins that match, ends up getting a title shot for the SmackDown WWE Universal Championship against Roman later that night. They said later that night, but as soon as the chamber was lifted up, Roman's music hits, and then he comes down to the ring. I really thought they were going to actually, wait till later that day, but they didn't, which, I mean, it is what it is. I kind of liked it. I mean, having Roman come out there as soon as the match is over, just to make him a better heel, which, I mean, I'm here for heel Roman. It's kind of growing on me, if I'm being honest. Roman comes out there, and then Daniel's, been through a lot, so he's trying to get up. Gets up, they ring the bell, Roman goes for a spear, he misses the spear, Daniel reverses it into a yes lock. Thought he was going to tap for a minute, but Roman reverses it and then just starts ground and pounding Daniel Bryan, hitting him with all these elbows and forearms and fists. And then after that, Roman puts on the guillotine chokehold and Daniel just passes out. And then Roman keeps the title, which makes him look more dominant, I guess you would say. And then after that match, we have the triple threat WWE United States Championship match with Matt Riddle, Bobby Lashley, and John Morrison. I was kind of upset with this match because I really wanted Keith Lee to be in the match, but it is what it is, I guess. This match, I mean, Bobby Lashley was looking real dominant in this match. He wasn't really letting Morrison or Riddle get a lot of offense in. I mean, I was kind of surprised about the outcome of this match. The Matt Riddle goes outside and takes MVP's crutch that he has because MVP has a knee injury. Riddle goes back into the ring, hits Bobby Lashley with it while he has the Heart Lock on John Morrison. Matt Riddle hits the Bro Derek on John Morrison and then pins him 1, 2, 3. Like I said, I was really surprised with the outcome of this match because, I really thought they were going to try and keep the title on Bobby Lashley. I kind of wish they did, but I don't know if they had to changed the plans at the last minute, because I don't know if they were going to have Keith Lee win or if they are actually going to have Riddle win the title. Or they could have had Lashley keep it, but I don't know. And then after that match, we have the women's tag team championship match with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. This match, I don't know. There wasn't really anything to write home about. I don't get the storyline with Reginald being in the match. I thought he was with Carmella. I don't know why he's trying to go out there and help Sasha and Bianca, but with this match, I don't know if it was just a throwaway match or what they were trying to do. I don't know. I don't get this one, if I'm being honest. Just to think, last year's Elimination Chamber, Shayna Baszler was in the women's chamber match. And she just straight up dominated that match. She eliminated all 5 of the other competitors in that match just to get a championship opportunity against Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. And then ended up losing to Becky clean in an 8-minute match. I don't know what they're doing with Shayna. Just to go from one year her just dominating a whole Elimination Chamber match to being in a tag team with Nia Jax. I don't get it. I really like Shayna. I just, man, that sucks. The ending of this match was Reginald came out there, had champagne and glasses, I don't know, to celebrate, I'm assuming. And then Reginald tried to give the champagne bottle to Sasha for her to use as a weapon. And Sasha's like, I can't use this. And then the ref takes it away from her. She gets distracted. And then Nia hits the Samoan drop on Sasha and then pins her. And Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler retain the titles. After that match, we have the Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship. With this match, starts off with Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy. Those two have had quite a few rivalries in the past, so it makes sense to have them start off as the first two. The first person to come out of their pod was Drew McIntyre. And then McIntyre goes straight after Randy Orton. They start beating up on each other. And then the next one to enter the match was Kofi Kingston. I'm really surprised that when Kofi came out there, he pinned Randy Orton with a roll-up. Randy Orton was the first one to be eliminated from this match. I really thought it was either going to be Jeff Hardy or Sheamus to actually be the first one eliminated from this match. After that, Omos decided to take the plexiglass off the pod for AJ Styles, and then AJ Styles decided to get in the match a little early. As Orton was leaving the chamber match, he hit the RKO on both Kofi Kingston and Randy Orton. I figured when he hit those that one of those two would actually be eliminated from the match, but surprisingly not. After Omos decided to rip off the plexiglass for AJ Styles, Adam Pearce came out there and threw Omos out of the match, out of the ringside. Drew McIntyre just started beating up on everybody, showing that he's real dominant. And then as soon as Sheamus came out there, Drew McIntyre and him had a stare down, and they just start beating up on each other, start punching each other, wailing on each other. And then Sheamus hit Kofi Kingston with a brogue kick, eliminating him. I really thought, Sheamus or Jeff Hardy would either be the second one out, I really didn't like that Kofi Kingston was the second one to be eliminated from the match. Jeff Hardy is the next one to be eliminated, with Drew McIntyre hitting the Claymore kick on him. After that, Sheamus hit Drew McIntyre with the broke kick, and then AJ Styles hits Sheamus with the phenomenal forearm, and then pins him, eliminating Sheamus. So it comes down to AJ Styles and Drew McIntyre. This ending was a pretty good ending. I really wanted them to actually hit this spot. AJ goes for another phenomenal forearm on Drew McIntyre, but Drew McIntyre catches him in the air and hits him with a Claymore kick, pins him 1, 2, 3, and McIntyre keeps the title, winning the Elimination Chamber. After the Elimination Chamber is pulled up back to the ceiling, Bobby Lashley comes out there and starts beating up on him. It's a couple of spears on him. And then after that, the Mr. Money in the Bank, The Miz himself, comes out there to cash in his Money in the Bank contract. If I'm being honest, I was quite surprised that they actually did this. I thought they would have waited a little while longer, but Miz comes out there, cashes in the Money in the Bank, ends up defeating Drew McIntyre to become a 2-time WWE champion. I would be lying to you if I didn't say I'm actually happy for The Miz. That guy has deserved this for the longest time. He's one of the best heels that they've got in the company, and he does amazing work for the company. I can't believe it's actually been 10 years between both of those title reigns. I really hope they, keep this title on him for a while. I'm just interested to see what the storyline is going to be, because, he has that, I don't know if you would call it feud with Damian Priest and Bad Bunny. I just want to see what that's going to do. I don't know if Bad Bunny's going to cause interference with something. I don't know if Miz is just like a transitional champion, because, you got Fastlane after this. I don't know if they're going to have him drop it at Fastlane, or if he's going to, drop it at WrestleMania. I'm just interested to see how this plays out. But like I said, this pay-per-view altogether was pretty good. There was some matches that, just one match that I really didn't get into. But that's the end of the review for Elimination Chamber for me. If you did like this video, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and if you want to watch more WWE content, or just content in general, like NFL, Madden, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.